At Drakaina, we use Apotropaic Magick for every single spell. This is because whenever there is a spell that is cast, whenever there is any kind of work that is done to create an alternate reality for someone, there has to be an element of protection that is given so that external influences don't affect the process of the spell. And remember, it's something like giving an anesthesia to a patient. It's required so that the patient doesn't move and cause a disturbance in the surgery. It's very similar to that. So the protection spells that we give are overall targeted. We give triple goddess protection. We give protection of the Hecate seal. We give protection such as the Zarabanda seal, which is similar in Africa. We give the chants of Hanumanji, Bajrang. Depends from spell to spell, depends on the kind of intensity required, depends on the kind of the spell that is being cast. And of course, we ourselves also use it, since we also require that kind of immunity of protection. Absolutely. You have, I'll give you examples of signs first and then we can do the chants. In fact, there are some in which you have a combination of signs and chants. In the Hindus, you have the sign of Om, right? Just making the sign Om is one, chanting Om is one, and then making the sign and chanting it together is a third way. So there you have three different ways. Similarly, you have runic chants, you have Vedic chants, you have angelic chants, you have Theban chants, you have Dhruach chants, Ogam chants. So it depends what kind of chant that you want to do. I'm not going to get into switch words and the chants that are there because that's a separate subject altogether. Some stuff works, some stuff doesn't. But here we are talking about the frequency that is created by the mere positioning and putting in of that particular symbol and reciting that particular chant. So it creates a really strong cone of power around you, which causes things to happen, especially when it comes to Apotropaic Magick and levels of protection. Protection is the basic necessity when it comes to conducting any kind of spell. If you don't use the correct kind of magic that involves a certain degree of protection, then you open yourself to the possibility of any kind of attack. Remember, we are opening a door. You cannot control the air that is coming in or going out. But if you keep yourself protected, then even if that thing that is coming in is something or something that is being released, it doesn't give you what you don't want or take away what you don't want to release. Right? So this sounds a little abstract. Let me cite an example. You want to release somebody's high levels of ego. That's a spell. Now, when you want to bring a person's ego to a healthy amount, and then you open this door as you start your spell and focus on it, if you don't protect yourself, your healthy ego will start diminishing and going away also, as a result of which you feel deflated and underconfident by the end of the spell, which shows when you get drained out and not being able to come to a decision. So that's an example. So remember, whenever you're spell casting, ensure that you have the correct degree of protection when it comes to your own self, as well as the spell and the person for whom the spell is being casted, all three. It's very difficult to give a blanket statement on something like this, to be honest, because if I tell you you need protection from an entity, that's assuming that an entity is there. If I say you need protection from external forces, I'll have to give you the examples of the external forces. Take it as an ipso facto, a fact when it comes to spell casting, that you do need protection, and you need protection from many things in one given point of time or several sections of time. Like I said earlier, spellcasting is not everyone's cup of tea. If you want to really know what you need protection from, then you need protection from something that is coming from the outside, which you do not want to be a part of your energy sphere. If you want to be protected from, you're doing a black magic reversal spell, right? And if you don't keep yourself protected, you'll find there'll be a little bit of disturbance. The weather will start changing, it will become a little more windy, a little thunderstorm is possible. The whole atmosphere becomes more charged than before, or than before you started the spell. It's also possible that there might be slight disturbance that'll occur because you didn't protect yourself. You'll start feeling like your stomach is hurting, your head is hurting, somebody's standing behind you. You can creep yourself out. Trust me when I say it. And all of us are born with a God-given gift of imagination, right? But then it starts playing on us and becoming our worst enemy. So if you keep yourself protected, you have essentially kept yourself in the moment and added good fuel into the spellcasting process, not taken it away. So suffice it to say, it doesn't matter what all you're protecting yourself from, but what's more important to focus on is that you have to protect yourself from anything, because it's anything bad or anything evil or anything negative or anything dark. Because at the end of the day, what matters is you should be able to put in your best, and that the spellcasting process should not go to waste. No, you can't. And let me tell you why. I know this is a huge scandalous thing to say, but you can learn the process from someone, but when you apply it, it has to be your own mind, body and spirit that applies it. Let me explain. When we talk about protecting yourself, if I see a person brandishing a sword and using it to protect themselves, till I don't learn the art of brandishing a sword, how will I protect myself with that sword? So Apotropaic Magick is the weapon that you have to train yourself to use. Nobody can teach you. You need to observe, you need to study, you need to learn, and all by your own self. If there is somebody who claims to be teaching you, practice also falls on your shoulders. So if you've read a book, I would recommend that. If you want to watch videos, great. But what they are teaching, there is no standard set like this is a ritual of Apotropaic Magick. It's a huge subject, and every subject and sub-subject of magic is a continuous process. People are still discovering things because experimental spellcasting is still on. Every time a spellcaster experiments, that's another added spell in the book of whichever form of magic you follow. So don't go around paying to learn something. I would rather that you pick up books by established authors who have practiced this. Watch a person casting a spell if they allow you to see it, because at Drakaina we are completely closed door about spell casting. The entire process is what I'm talking about. Or catch hold of a book in which you can get rituals that you can practice by yourself, and then have it checked by someone you trust that this is what I did, where did I go wrong. But practice will make you perfect, there's no other way. And learn it by yourself, don't depend on somebody else. So these are all the 5 questions answered. If you have any questions of your own, do not hesitate to put them in the comment section. I will see you in the next couple of reels. Thank you for watching, and see you with Drakaina.